Hello and welcome to the newest edition of the Mazal class. I am your host, Rabbi David Katz. Picking up where we left off, L'derech yesh letzeit im tzadik mishum shemalachi shalom melavim oiso ve'ein letzeis l'derech im roshe mishum shemalachi soten malvim oso. Man, I just got a big dose of Mazal. You know why, Jacques? Jacques, do you know why? Jacques, hello. Justin B, do you know why? Does anybody know why? 2, 2, 1, 1, hello. Did we just say in the Kabbalah class about mitzvahs that are a new Inyan and a tzaddik comes to you? Is that true? And we call that Nefesh Shigir, right? And we said that you have to know the Torah of the tzaddik to recognize the tzaddik, correct? And the word for accompany comes from the word Levi. How many of you have ever heard of the word Nilvah? Like the Nilvah gear. Adelia, good to see you. Justin B, Nilvah gear. So put all this together, Justin B. I am told by God to do mitzvahs. Isn't that, I'm really not told not to sin. I'm just told do mitzvahs. Isn't that kind of the way it is? It's not called a bar don't mitzvah or bar don't sin. It's called a bar mitzvah. We don't say the Torah is filled with how to not sin. We say the Torah is filled with mitzvahs. I don't wake up in the morning and say, I hope I don't mess up today. Or do I wake up and say, all right, I'm going to serve God today? Now, there are negative mitzvahs, but it's still called a mitzvah. So if I am programmed and trained to do mitzvahs, type 1. Let's just call that what you're supposed to do. And I think everybody knows there's things you're supposed to do. Old woman falls in the middle of the street. What are you supposed to do, Justin B? Help her. No one needs to tell you. You don't get a pat on the back. Everybody knows there's certain things you're supposed to do. So if I'm doing a mitzvah, l'derech yesh letzeis im tzadik mishum shemalachi shalom melavim oiso. When I'm going out, I'm supposed to do a mitzvah accompanied or lave or melave with or nilvah with a tzaddik. Because then the angels are escorting me. Justin B, is it safe to say I should hang out with Ger? Now, it could be that tzaddik is Rav Kanievsky, Moshe Rabbeinu. I don't know. But what if I don't know any tzaddikim like Rabbi Nachman? Does that mean I have a green light to sin all day long? Well, I don't know any tzaddikim. What can I do? I had to steal and rob. I had no choice. You didn't send me any tzaddikim. What do we call people that congregate around a tzaddik, Justin B? Gerei HaTzedek. So if there's 7 billion people and they cannot control their soul, because if I wanted to do a mitzvah right now, wherever I am, then it's an Indian, type 1, Justin, because it's an Indian. I want to do a mitzvah, type 1. Then God has to send a tzaddik, correct, Justin? Type 1. And then by Kabbalah statutes, it comes down in Nefesh Hager, type 1. Is it not logical and simple to say that the tikkun, meaning that just a package of that, I want to do a mitzvah, I made a ger, and I will be with a ger, and that will accomplish going out with a tzaddik to do a mitzvah with Nefesh Hager, with the help of the soul, and the accompaniment of angels through Nilvah ger. Type 1, because that's awesome. What do you think, Justin B? Loretta, is that not awesome stuff? I mean, seriously. Why is it great to be ger? Because that's what you get to do. All the ger were saying, wow, Rabbi Katz, I don't know what to do. How about just be you? And just wait for people to do mitzvahs? I mean, you can do mitzvahs too. You will only attract more Nefesh Hager. Is that so bad? That you attract more gerim? Gerim making gerim? I don't think it's too bad. The ger has to just be ready in doing the mitzvah, whatever it is. And you say, well, I don't know how to do a mitzvah, Rabbi Katz. You're not supposed to. Because it's an Indian that you need help with. You cannot do mitzvahs. You are called Mare Nefesh. You need help. Why? It's called everybody needs help. The ger are just aware of it. So when you cry out to God, God, I want to do a mitzvah, or I need to do a mitzvah, I need help. Justin B., what will God do to you? Send you, make you gerim. Either then you'll get dispatched to be a bigger mitzvah with more people, or you'll get dispatched sent to you. What do you think about this? This is uncovering the fabric of creation, as far as I'm concerned. Ve'ein l'seis l'derech im rosha. V'shosha malachei satin melavayim osim. If I want to go out not for a mitzvah, what happens, Justin B? That potential human being went from potentially receiving a ger soul, which is Nefesh Hager, which is the Nefesh of the Tzaddik, and now they got Armilus. That's my pshat. But I say that because they oscillated into a Russia. And now he becomes satanic, and Satan is escorting him. Hey, let's go steal from somebody. King David says, don't go in the counsel of the wicked. It really is up to you. If you want to go out and do a mitzvah, you get angels, tzaddikim, and gerim. If you don't want to do a mitzvah, you get Russia people, Satan, etc., etc. If you're into the mitzvah, you'll either get people sent to you or you sent to people. What's that called, Justin B? Mazal. If you want to do a sin, go away from the ways of God, then you will get a bad mazal. Destructive mazal. Satanic mazal. No mitzvahs, no tzaddikim. You will sin. You will go away from God. That is, I think that trumps last week. What do you think about that, Justin B? That is some pretty heavy-duty stuff going on right there. Yeah, it ties it all together. You just have to, this is why Gerim doing mitzvahs is so important. Just do the mitzvah. You'll say, I can't, I don't know how, I'm not born Jewish. That's the point. The Jew that thinks he can do mitzvahs, every Jew learns in yeshiva, we can't do mitzvahs unless God lets us. So Justin B., how many people can do mitzvahs in the world by themselves? The answer is nobody, none. All you have to do is make an inch for God. Just say, look, God, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new at this. I have no clue. I just want to do a mitzvah. I don't know which one. I don't know. But it's a complex inyan that I don't know. God will either send you or God will send to you. That is the Mazal revelation. That is the tzaddik coming to you or making you a tzaddik, revealing the tzaddik in you. And the angelic assistance and accompaniment, attachment, people coming together, call it friendship and bonding for the sake of mitzvahs. You want to know what Nilvah ger is? Dilly, you can tell Jacques when he comes back. He's coming back out already. That's what Nilvah ger is. This is what it means to get ger. Way to go, Jacques. It's mitzvahs for the sake of heaven. It doesn't matter what mitzvah you do. You just have to want to do mitzvahs. That's why I've never answered that question. Rabbi Katz, how do we do mitzvahs? Which mitzvahs do we do? Not my business, nor is it any of your business, and I don't care. All it's called is, I'm a ger, and I'm able to do mitzvahs. That's all. That's all you need to know. Then God will either send you to do mitzvahs or send people to you to do mitzvahs. And then you'll know. Then you'll get the revelation, the experience, the mazal, the wisdom, the accompaniment, the friendship, the bonding, protection from heaven. And guess what? If you say, I don't want to be a ger, or I'm a Jew and I don't want to do a mitzvah with some ger. So you want to do a sin and you don't want to do the ways of God. So you want to be a Rasha and you want to be satanic and you want to be escorted by Satan. Satan meaning destroyer or antagonist. You either get angels administering in peace or you get the Satan with a sword blocking Bilam, and you're Bilam. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be David and Jonathan? Or do you want to be Bilam, his donkey, and the Satan? Which one? It's called I am open to mitzvahs. That's all. People look too far ahead. Which mitzvah? How do I do it? All the halachas, it has nothing to do with that. You'll do it right because God will make sure you do it right because God will send the people spiritually to make you do it right. All you need to do is be open to mitzvahs. Why is Noahide such a wonderful thing? 7 laws of Noah. It's like a nice way to stamp on your forehead, I am open and available to mitzvahs. To me, that is a gift in Kamohu. There's nothing like it. It's like the sperm and the egg. The Jew has 613 possible mitzvahs. Notice the word possible. He can't do any of them unless he is sent that tzaddik nefesh hager. So the Jew knows what it looks like, so to speak, but he can't do it. The ger doesn't know what it looks like. He just has to be open to it. So when they fertilize, look what happens. It's like a woman when she's pregnant or when she's married. She just knows what to do. The Jew around Gerim knows, all of a sudden, he knows how to do mitzvahs like a Jew. The ger is just all of a sudden endless turbo to do mitzvahs. Mitzvah machine. Endless drive of mitzvahs. Put the Jew and the ger together in the service of God. I think that speaks for itself. V'chein oive b'toisefter Shabbos reish perek Yudches im reid the tzadik sheyatzu l'derech v'atam evakish l'tzei la'osa derech hikti mo yadu shloisha yamim v'achar al yadu shloisha yamim k'dei shatitze imo l'derech. If you perceive righteousness, a tzaddik, go out with him on his way. There's that word derech, Justin B. Derech, Justin B. Derech, Justin B. Because the angels, melavin oso. You are destined with angels then. Tehillim 91, ki malachav yitzav elachot. V'im ra'isa rasha yetzel aderech v'asav evagish v'tzeizel oso aderech. If a rasha goes out and you see him going out, I am going out to do no good, everybody, and you join with him for 3 days, or 3 days before or after, you should not go with him. Because why? Because angels of Satan are escorting him, i.e. you're running into the Sitra Achra. You don't want that. It's a bumpy, turbulent ride of Keralav Russia. And a bunch of sources that say the same thing, and we're going to stop there.